Hi guys, welcome to Rossi Audio, and this is the B36 that I was talking about. It has fiberglass coating with paint on it. These normally came with carpet. The way you see it now is how it normally would appear to be. This would be the front. You would have the flare, horn mouth, horn opening on the bottom. It would have the cabinet woofer chamber, subwoofer chamber on top. This chamber here, this front plate here is the one that would come off. On a normal one, you would have handles here or handles here, which you don't. It depends on the models because they made several models of them. Here you have the connector plate. On this one you have the connector plate here. This is where the casters used to be. They've taken the casters off. And remember, when you look at it on the front, this is the one that should come off. It doesn't. This one comes off. That's where the subwoofer is. Okay. This one has rubber feet. I don't know how good you can see it, but this connector plate here is put in a way that when I read it now from this side, it reads the right way. So what do this mean? Where's the handles? Well, if you look in here, you can see two. I don't know how good you can see it, but you can see two little dips. Because the screws are not here, I have to take this one off. Now I'm going to show you the trick. Even without the driver in it, it is freaking heavy. That's the connector plate. Here's where the casters used to be. What did that tell you? That's the bottom. Here's the handles. Factory handles. Factory plates, factory casters. This is the top. Now you're looking at this one the right way. Because now you can, like, if the casters was on it, you could tilt it backwards and roll it off. Totally opposite of any normal B36. That tells me that this was the Pro Touring version. The ones that came with, you have the B36 like this one. You have the B36A, B, and C. And then you have the B36 MF. The MF was more made for instrument use, like if you was a guitar player or a bass player or something like that. That's what you use the MF for. The other ones were more for musical reinforcement. And very often used by DJs and clubs and fixed installations. That's why they came with carpets and stuff. Since this one has factory, I can see it. It's factory fiberglass that is painted. It has the original factory handles, factory connector plate. The casters are missing. The driver is missing, but that's okay. It used to be, in this one, there could be two different drivers used in this one. Either the 189ES or the 188EB. Either one of them could be used. Because of this one is an early model, I would tend to think, and a touring model, I would think that it is an ES, but a 188EB would do the same job, almost. But look at this. It's upside down. And why is that? Well, here's why. These were made for touring. They used fiberglass because to withstand water, humidity and rain and stuff like that, possibly snow. So why did they do this? Why did they turn this whole construction upside down compared to a normal B36? Because if you put this plate here back on the bottom, you have rubber feet to protect it from the ground, okay? Well, on the bottom of these, they would probably use the bigger subwoofers, such as the L36 and the bigger dual 18-inch subwoofers. They were probably laying down, and they would put these on top of those, and they would use these as mid bases. And what they would do is they'd probably have a double stack on the bottom with subwoofers. Then they would take these, stack them on top of there, and to keep track and keep these to follow the subwoofers, they would take this one that is upside down, made like this. They will stack this one on top of a subwoofer or two subwoofers, and to match those two subwoofers they would need two of these. And to create 3 to 6 dB output without using more amplifier power or more speakers, what did they do? Well, they made this one upside down. Then they took a regular one that was not upside down, that was built in the regular way, and they would put that one on top of this one. So you would have two horn flares meeting each other, mouth to mouth, creating an extra output of 3 to 6 dB. So if you imagine a regular B36 on top of this one, the way it should be, the horn flare you see here would be here, and this plate would be up here. So you would have two horn flares meeting each other, and it would be like, so you would create extra output. You would gain anywhere between 3 to 6 dB. You could also lay it on the side. If you lay this on the side and put another one on the side onto it, you get the same thing. The thing though is, you don't see these upside down mirror ones. You always see the carpet ones. The touring ones of these, I mean even the regular ones, touring ones, you don't see them. You always see the carpet ones, the DJ one, the installs ones. Because these were not made in that great of a quantity like the other ones, like the DJ ones. Because if I look at the what I'm going to do with this one is do a light sanding and repaint it, put casters on it, and take out all the padding and put new padding in here. And if I look at this one, it has the very old B36 backplate, and the serial number on it is 1317, very early. Because you have to remember, B36 and L36JE and L36PE is probably the 3 most made pro models Cerwin Vega ever built. I mean they built millions of them over the years. So to have this one, which has a serial number of 1317, it's pretty darn early. This is an old one, very old one. And I'll get the phone in a little bit and show you the back plate, because it is just remarkable. And it is factory handles, totally factory handles. The Cerwin Vega logo has come off. Well, what can you expect after almost 40 years? Because I suspect that this is one of those that came out probably in the late 70s, early 80s. Because this was one of the earlier ones, very early. So now let's put it back up like this. And I'll put this one back on just for show. I got this one, and the one that the camera is standing on, which is an L36 JE for $100, and he included a lot of drivers. I mean, I got 3 Eminence drivers, 2 18 inches and 1 10 inch. I got 3 JBL drivers, 15-inch woofers. I got a Fostix horn, and I got a Behringer horn, and I got a shitload of advertising, alcohol advertising and stuff like that, cigarette advertising, neon light things, Red Bull advertising. So he threw in a lot of great stuff. And let me do this. Let me put it like this. Let me get the camera here. I'll show you some more. There's the L36 JE. That is normal. It's totally normal because this is the bottom, and that scoop should be up. So that's a normal one, but it has fiberglass on that one too. And I think that's a touring model. So I think fiberglass was normal on that one. But here is the backplate. 1317. A lot of old padding in here. But what I can do now is, since I have this one, I can in fact build replicas of this one, which I think I'm going to do. And there are some of the drivers he gave me. This Eminence here has to be rebuilt. These 2 JBLs here has to be reconed. I have 2 more in the truck. I have an 18-inch Eminence Sigma that is in perfect condition. I have 1 more of these JBL M1 15A 8A, which is in perfect condition, and the 2 horns are in perfect condition. So yeah, these 2 Cerwin Vega bins are going to be restored back to their beauty. Like I said, I'm going to sand this one down, light sanding, probably do somewhere between 1200 and 1500 grit, because I don't want to destroy the fiberglass. Sand it down, do some Bondo work, and then sand the Bondo and do some Duratex paint on it. And the same is going to be done to this one. And there's it's the same thing in there. So I have a project, and I'm going to put new casters on. They have to drill out that broken screw right there. But as you can see, that is the bottom. And normally this would be the top. This would normally be the top, but this is the bottom. So this is not only is it a touring cabinet, but it's an upside down cabinet. It is crazy. It's totally crazy. You don't see these too often. These are like 1 in a million, I tell you. And a lot of people misunderstand the B36, because the B36 was never made to be a deep going subwoofer. It was a subwoofer of a kind, but it was never a subwoofer to compete with the L36 PE, and it was never a subwoofer to compete with the L36 JE. Just because the horn path in these is a little bit shorter than in the L36 PE. It still puts out a good amount of bass, but these were made to be used as mid basses with a tremendous punch. If you use this one with, let's say you have an L36 PE and you cross that one off around 80 to 90 hertz and you let this one take over from 80 to 90 hertz up to about 250 or 300 hertz, this little bad boy will freaking punch you in the chest like a mule or 200 mules. It packs a punch. It's not a deep bass, but it packs a freaking punch. So that's it, guys. I mean, it's a very cool find. I wish I had two of these, because I can find two regular ones that I can match it with. Finding two B36 regular ones is no problem. Finding another one of these, I haven't seen one of these in front of me. I haven't even touched one of these in 29 years. And I've been doing Cerwin Vega for 29 years. And I never ever touched a mirror one. An upside down one. I've never seen it in live. I have heard about them. I have heard about the application of making mirror ones to go so you could make it in a stack when you do concerts. I have heard of it, but I've never seen it in live in person, and sure never have owned one, but now I do. So this is pretty darn special. That's it, guys. Take care.